to talk about motivation. I like to think of motivation as something that is always internal. I understand that there may be external factors or things outside of you, whether it's a person or an amazing video or just something that draws you in and drives you towards something. But those external things can always go away. So I like to think of the internal things that drive me. And I've developed over time a bunch of core principles that when everything else is stripped away, whether it be the roof over my head or the money in my pocket or some of those very key people in my life, I can still look within, see those core principles and say, I'm going to live by this. In this moment, right now, I'm going to live by this. One of my core principles is to love unconditionally. And sometimes that's just me. I have to learn to love myself unconditionally, no matter what's going on, no matter the failures that have come or the successes that have come. I'm going to love myself on those mountaintops and in those valleys, always. And another key principle that I like to live by is to always help others in need. Always. Because I've been in those places where other people have chosen to help me. I will always go out of my way, give my last dollar, do my best to help someone out, whether it's something physical or mental, because someone has always done that for me. Even when I didn't think it was possible, someone was always there. Yes, that someone was me sometimes. Sometimes I had to teach myself that I can do something to gain something in order to help myself. And that's always been some of those motivating things in my life of looking at those core principles and saying, everything else is stripped away. The doors have been closed. They've been locked. But what can I do? So I encourage you to develop your core principles. Look and see what they are today. Let them grow, just like knowledge. Knowledge is living. Like every other understanding that you know, the facts, the theories, and the different things that have been taught to you over time, look at it as something living. Let it grow. Let it change when it needs to change. Just like these core principles. Be the pen. Write your story. Don't let other people do it for you. Don't let other people tell you that you failed. Yes, you may have, but grow from it. Look at your core principles and say, this, I'm going to love myself unconditionally. This, I'm going to be truthful. This, I'm going to trust, just like a salmon, trust its way to go up a stream and down a stream. And sometimes it turns around and says, this isn't the right thing. Learn your core principles, write them down, and be your own pen. Write your future. Always look at your core principles. Every time you feel like you have to give up or there's nothing there externally to help you, be that internal motivator. Develop those things. Get your grit going and say, I can do this. You can always do something that you put your mind to. Even if it's just temporary, you can always do it. Everyone can.